Welcome to your channel name, where we update the hottest and most dramatic details from the shocking TV series Beyond the Gates. Today, we will take you to one of the moments that shocked both the audience and the characters in the film. When a horrifying truth was revealed in the middle of a splendid birthday party, causing all the joy to suddenly turn into a nightmare with no way out. The atmosphere of that evening seemed to have no signs of the terrible storm that was about to strike. Vernon's magnificent villa was brightly lit. From the lobby to the backyard, everything was decorated as splendidly as a royal palace. Long tables were covered with pure white tablecloths. Vases of lilies and orchids were skillfully arranged everywhere. The melodious symphony music resounded from the live band sitting in the corner of the room. The sound of clinking glasses in the luxurious space, the crisp laughter of the noble guests blended into the exciting atmosphere. Everyone believed that this would be a perfect party. An unforgettable milestone in the life of Vernon, a man whose career and family were both admirable. Among the most prominent people present at the party that day, it was impossible not to mention Martin, Vernon's son-in-law, a famous doctor, educated, elegant and always showing thoughtfulness to his family. He walked beside his wife, dressed elegantly, always greeting and smiling appropriately, and was considered by the guests as the ideal man, the model that any father would want to marry his daughter to. But that perfect image was the most sophisticated mask that Martin had worn for a long time, hiding a dark and sick truth inside. As Vernon raised his glass and prepared to give his thanks, no one expected that the words he was about to say would never come out. The great doors of the hall suddenly swung open, accompanied by the sound of hurried footsteps and the sharp sound of executive orders. A squad of special police rushed in, fully equipped, the lights from their weapons and cameras shining directly on the silent crowd. Screams rang out, glasses shattered on the marble floor, the music stopped. Only the voice of the commanding officer echoed in the thick air. They came to arrest Martin, accused of being the white-masked man, the prime suspect in 3 murders that had shocked the luxury villa area over the past 2 months. The crime that was stated left everyone speechless. Martin was accused of injecting poison into 3 wealthy residents of the gated community, all of whom died in seemingly natural circumstances. At the scene, each time a white porcelain mask appeared neatly placed next to the body, a haunting sign as if the killer wanted to send a defiant greeting to the survivors. Martin, who had participated in forensic work, who had been assigned to be in charge of a community health team serving the residents of the villa, now became the center of all suspicions when the evidence piled up in the arrest warrant. A blurry camera recorded his figure leaving the second crime scene. The poison injections found had faint traces of DNA matching the biological sample from Martin's personal belongings, and especially the scar on the left neck, a small but unmistakable detail, causing the curtain covering his identity to fall in an instant. When he was handcuffed in the middle of the hall, Martin still kept his face expressionless like a stone statue. Without a word of explanation, without showing panic or anger, he just silently let them escort him away under the dead eyes of his wife, the woman who had just stood beside him smiling brightly a few minutes ago. Vernon was frozen, his hands shaking, his wineglass falling from his hand, shattering like crushed trust. The other guests looked at each other in horror. Some immediately took out their phones to record, some gradually retreated, avoiding as if they were afraid of being caught up in this ghostly vortex. The police car left the villa carrying Martin, leaving behind the destruction of a family that had once been a symbol of exemplary conduct. News of the arrest spread like wildfire across social media and television news. The residents of the villa began to panic, some hired bodyguards to be on duty 24/7, others rushed to sell their houses to leave the place that was once known as the paradise of the upper class. Terrifying objects, white masks still stained with blood, tubes of experimental poison, along with pages of notes describing each target in detail, all like a murder plan drawn out without missing a beat. In the detention room, Martin still did not say a word. His mind seemed to be trained not to reveal any loopholes. He did not deny, but did not confirm either, just stared at the white wall as if he were conversing with a spirit that only he could see. The psychologists who came to evaluate him all left with vague conclusions. He was not crazy, he was very sane, even had a terrifying level of self-control. One doctor analyzed that. No one becomes a murderer like that by accident. He planned this for a long time, step by step, and the Vernon family was the foundation for him to cover it all up. The Vernon family refused to be interviewed. His daughter locked the door, her mother was hospitalized for heart failure, and Vernon officially resigned from all positions at the corporation, declaring an indefinite leave of absence. Those who once praised Martin now compete to criticize, condemn, and turn their backs on him. But deep in the audience's mind, viewers are constantly asking, what turned a man into such a man? Did he have accomplices? Was this part of a larger plan, or just the beginning of a much darker tragedy? And will justice really be served, or is this just a superficial front in a fake world where all the characters are wearing masks? The answer is still waiting to be revealed in the next tense and haunting episodes. Is Martin really the sole mastermind behind the shocking cases? Or is there an even more terrifying secret hidden in the dark, where seemingly innocent people are actually puppets pulling the strings in this bloody tragedy? All will be made clear in the next developments of Beyond the Gates, where each episode is a blow to faith, and the truth is sometimes more terrifying than lies. In the following days, a series of extensive investigations were conducted. Evidence was carefully collected, medical diaries, prescriptions, infusion equipment, all were analyzed to strengthen the indictment. The police even searched a secret storage room behind the warehouse where Martin often went, where they found a series of. Please continue to follow and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any shocking developments. We will update the fastest and most complete buried secrets, breathtaking twists and unexpected details of Beyond the Gates. Thank you for joining us, where truth is always the most valuable thing.